Have you ever felt alone? No. God did not intend for any of us to walk this journey alone. My name is Kels, and I'm here to talk to you about belonging. Maybe at some point you have been surrounded by people and you still felt like no one truly knows you or sees you. Or perhaps you have wondered where you fit in or whether anyone genuinely cares about you. If you've ever felt that way, I want to encourage you today with this beautiful truth. God never intended for you and me to walk through life alone. Psalms 68 verses 8 says, God sets the solitary in families. What a powerful promise. It tells us that belonging is not just something we hope to find. It is something God lovingly provides. Before He reveals our purpose, He often gives us a purpose, a community, and people who will help us grow into everything He has called us to be. From the very beginning, God created us for relationship. He designed me and you to love and to be loved, to encourage one another and to grow together as a family. The desire to belong isn't a weakness, but it is part of God's design for each and every one of us. One of the greatest gifts God gives His children is the gift of belonging. Belonging doesn't mean that life becomes easy. Challenges will still come, trust me. Difficult seasons will still come. But when you belong to a family, you don't cry alone. You don't carry those burdens alone, because there are people to celebrate the victories with you. There are people who pray for you when you are discouraged. There are people who remind you of God's promises when you have forgotten them yourself. What once felt impossible becomes lighter because you are walking with others instead of walking alone. This isn't only true in our biological families. God created a spiritual family, which is a church. The church was never meant to be a place we attend only on Sunday. It's meant to be a family where believers worship together, grow together, encourage one another, and help each other become more like Christ. Christianity was never designed to be lived in isolation. We all need people. Because I know this personally, excuse me, when I joined the City Church family, I didn't simply find a church to attend. I found a family. From the very beginning, I experienced genuine love and care. I met people who encouraged me, challenged me, corrected me with love, and celebrated every step of growth I took in my life with Christ. One thing I quickly realized was spiritual life is a journey that doesn't happen overnight, because every small step matters, every lesson matters, every victory matters. And where you are surrounded by people who are cheering you on, the small steps become milestones worth celebrating. And as I continued growing in this life, I discovered that belonging goes much deeper than sitting in a church on Sunday. But real belonging happens in discipleship. And discipleship is doing life with people who intentionally help you follow Jesus. It's allowing yourself be known. It's being accountable. It's having someone walk beside you who will encourage you and speak truth into your life and point you back to Christ whenever you lose your way. God never intended for us to mature spiritually on our own. He places people in our life to nurture us. to help us grow. Looking back, I can clearly see God's hand in my journey, because when I became part of a church family, God blessed me with disciples, people who genuinely cared about my growth. They did not just teach me Bible principles, they shared life with me. They prayed with me, they encouraged me, celebrated every victory in every step. They corrected me whenever I drifted and stood with me in all seasons. And through their love and consistent investment, I grew spiritually. So when I think about that right now, I realize they actually reflected the Father's heart toward me. And that is God's pattern for the church. He never leaves his children to figure out everything for themselves. Instead, he gives us shepherds to lead us, and leaders and disciples who help us know him more deeply. Jeremiah 3:15 says, "And I will give you shepherds according to my own heart, who will feed you with knowledge and understanding." I love this promise because it reminds us that God cares enough to place the right people in our lives. A discipler is like a spiritual parent. Just as the parent, look at it, just as a parent teaches, protects, and nurtures you, disciples patiently help a believer grow spiritually, because they just don't teach with words, they teach through their lives. They get to show us what life looks like to trust Jesus in every season or in every situation. The beautiful thing is that discipleship works for us, and as God uses others to pour into our lives, it brings us to also pour into other people's lives. The love we are given is the love we give back. The prayers that were given for us is the prayer we give. The encouragement that lifted us is the encouragement we offer for someone else who is beginning this journey of faith. That is how God's family grows. One life impacting another, and one generation discipling the other, and one believer helping another become more like Christ. And so today, if you have been feeling alone, disconnected, or even like you don't belong anywhere, I want to encourage you, and I want you to remember that God sees you, God knows you, and God desires to place you in a family where you can grow, be loved, be challenged, and discover his purpose for your life. Don't isolate yourself. Take a step towards a community. Become part of a local church. Join a discipleship group. Allow people to walk alongside you, because some of God's blessings don't come through things, but they come through people. Thank you so much for watching. If this message encouraged you, I would like for you to share it with someone who needs to be reminded that they are not alone. Remember, in God's family, there is always a place where you belong. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.